President emphasized to the nation the urgent need to develop our human capital, which are our people and especially the youths. It is on this note that the National Assembly should be commended to the degree that most of the human development projects were captured in the budget by the legislature. Nigerians should note that due to the back and forth that we have experienced in the past, the improvement of the budgetary process should be a higher priority than trading blames. This trading of blames and unnecessary scapegoating is not healthy, as it creates needless conflict between the two arms of government. Finally, in order to ensure that all capital projects in the 2018 budget receive their necessary financing in the 2018 budget, we call on Mr. President to present the borrowing plan to the National Assembly so that we can approve it. We therefore want to urge all executive appointees to ensure that they brief Mr. President with the truth and facts of their engagement to promote healthy and harmonious relationship between the executive and the legislature. The number of projects had to be increased in order to give a sense of belonging to every geopolitical zones of the country, to ensure socio-economic justice, equity, fairness, and to command national loyalty.
Very clear that the three arms of government benefited from the increase, which was mutually agreed on with the Ministry of Budget and Planning. In fact, we have correspondences addressed to the leadership of the National Assembly from Ministry of Budget, making requests on how to spread the increment arising from the benchmark differentials. It should be noted that the budget of the National Assembly as at 2014 was 150 billion, which is still 10.5 billion more than our current figure, despite increased national challenges that requires frequent public hearings held on almost a daily basis at high cost and intense oversight, which has become more thorough and incisive in order to check the executive. The 139.5 billion budget of the National Assembly represents less than 1.5% of the entire 9 trillion budget. Does it not make sense to use 1.5% to protect the other 98.5%? The public should note that this increase in the legislature's budget was also necessitated by the drastic inflation of the last 4 years. The need to rehabilitate the National Assembly deteriorating facilities, like the elevators, you can see it around when you're coming up, which shut down almost weekly, spending hundreds of millions to procure diesel to constantly power the entire complex, and the need to immediately upgrade the security facilities of the complex.